Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure.
All right, so how are you?
I'm good. I'm still getting over the jet lag, even though I came over a week ago. I still woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. Other than that, it's great. It's great to be somewhere where the sun's shining for a change. Having a lovely time, and looking forward to tonight. A little bit apprehensive. The first night of the tour is always slightly nerve-wracking, but it's going to be special. I feel like.
Hopefully no major kinks to.
No, hopefully not.
Okay.
We've got the sound check in a half an hour, and that will show more, where we're up to. So it's a new lighting designer we're using because our main guy couldn't do the tour, so it's quite complex. Some of the video cues, but Steve Rothery was working with a new guy nearly all of yesterday, going through all the cues. So it should look special.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work that goes into presenting a great show.
Yes, we're feeling a very positive feeling in the band at the moment anyway, about the new album, about this tour. So things are good.
Okay, so you have done several shows already.
Yes.
In Europe.
Yeah.
Now, can we expect any changes in the set list or show?
Well, the set list has changed since the shows we did in the summer were a lot of them were festivals, and we only played one track from the new album, The New Kings. And tonight and throughout the American tour, we're playing 3 tracks from the new album. We did a poll of which songs the North American fans would really like to hear in the set. And we've taken on board quite a lot of those ideas, so I'm hoping it's going to be a popular set.
And I'm very excited to hear the new songs. They're long, so.
Yes, they are that. It's not an album of pop tunes, the new one. But it's just how this album evolved really from the jams and from the amount of lyrical content Steve had, and it grows in a very organic way really over the course of the process. But we finished up with an album with 3 very long songs.
Right.
So
can you tell us a little bit more about the process, the writing process, recording process?
Well, what we do, we go in the studio and we start jamming, improvising around the ideas, and everything is recording into Pro Tools at 24-bit 96K, kind of like you're making a record really, but you're just in the jamming stage. So Mike Hunter, our producer, mixes down the best of these ideas and posts them on a private SoundCloud account, and we then listen to and comment on and choose our favourites. Once we've done this for many, many months, we finish up with maybe with over 30 favourite songs. And what we then do is, with this album especially, we've chosen the ideas we've all liked. And that's kind of made the process a lot easier, I think. Especially for me, this is chord sequences I can hear that I can do something on. There's nothing worse than being presented with a piece of music and you can't really think or feel what to do on it. And that's not been the case at all on this album, which is great fun for me. It enables me to do my kind of quite instinctive approach in terms of melodies and phrasings across whatever else is happening. So that's kind of how it worked. These little jams we all chose become the building blocks for the songs, and they just kind of evolve from there with a lot of help from Mike Hunter, the producer, who helps us to arrange these ideas and explore different possibilities with them. But
it sounds like technology was, you talked about a private SoundCloud account. And
it is quite high tech. I mean, there's a section in the song "The New Kings" that's from the original jam 3 years ago, and it goes into a section that was from the beginning of this year. So it goes seamlessly from one into another. So that's how you kind of build up this quite interesting patchwork of ideas, and it's like an ongoing process really that we carry on evolving. So it's an interesting way of working. It's not necessarily the quickest way of working, but I think you get results you probably wouldn't get any other way, especially since you have time to live with them and see the other possibilities of where you might want to go. So sometimes we'll take a section, we'll carry on, we'll jam it around and take it in different directions. And that's happened a couple of times on this album. But Mike Hunter's a guy that keeping the big picture in his head. You know, we just I'll go in there and have a bit of fun, really, play music. No, we've got a great relationship with him, and he's kind of like the sixth member of the band in a lot of ways.
He's got a big job, it seems.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. But he's a lovely guy, he's a great sense of humour, very talented engineer as well as producer, so he's got a degree in music, so in terms of the arranging side, he's kind of covers a lot of ground. So, yeah.
Great. So you've been doing this for a long time, you've been touring a long time.
Yeah. I mean, 37 years I've been in the band, which is literally a lifetime, you know. And you know, making records since '82, so 34 years. So yeah, no sign of stopping just yet.
Right. You know, the band is a very cohesive unit that always delivers, and you know, putting out great quality music with great lyrical content.
Yeah.
How do you find you know, let's say the inspiration or to continue doing that after all these years?
Well, I think there's just an amazing musical chemistry. So when the five of us get together in the room, you know, it takes somebody to have the initial idea, be it Mark or myself or Pete or Steve H. And we just have such an empathy and an understanding of how to take this little spark of an idea and make it grow into something more substantial. And you know, and I think Steve's really surpassed himself with the lyrics on this album. He's got some amazing work on there. You know, he calls it his protest album. It's lyrically, you know, quite dark in places, but I think it's an incredibly powerful statement. At this time in the world, it's you know, it's a good time to be making a statement, I think.
Yeah, certainly the lyrics are very relevant to our time.
Yeah, and also there were, you know, a lot of them were written 2-3 years ago as well. So it's almost like an Nostradamus, like foretelling, you know, of this oncoming storm and all the different crises we've had with the Brexit in England and the refugee crisis, you know. So yeah, who knows what he's going to write about on the next album?
Right.
You know, maybe the results of the American election. Who knows?
So you are going to be doing this North American tour. What are your plans after that?
Well, we only have about a week and a half off when we get back, and then we have the European dates. We play our local concert at Friars in Aylesbury on the 27th of November. I actually stay on in New York for a few days with my wife. But then, yeah, we do the European dates around the UK, then 2 shows in the Netherlands, 3 shows in France, then we come back home for Christmas. I have some solo shows in Europe at the beginning of next year, in Germany, Holland and the UK, while Pete's sunning himself on a beach in Mauritius. And then, yeah, we start rehearsing for the Marillion weekends. That's the next big thing. We got 4 for the first time. We got the Netherlands one, the Port Zealand one in Poland for the first time, one in the UK, and one in Santiago, Chile, so South American convention for the first time. So yeah, we're going to have a pretty busy first 5 months of next year. It's a lot of work.
Tell us a little bit about your South American fans. You mentioned Chile.
We've toured there a couple of times in recent, probably about the last 16 months or so. Amazing audiences there, especially in Santiago in Chile. We play in the same venue that we played at the Capolican Theatre, which holds about 4,000 people. And everybody went nuts from the first note we played, because we have one of the major radio stations there, Radio Futuro, plays the band all the time. You know, we have so much support there, and you see that in the audience. You know, the ranges of the audience from 18 to 70. You know, and that's because we still played on the radio. And fantastic concerts in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. 4 concerts in Brazil, which were very good. And first time in Peru at the end of the tour. So we have great audiences both in South America and in Central America, in Mexico, that's one of our, some of the biggest audiences we play to there. So yeah, it's so different. When you go to countries and you have this amazing response. You might not earn any money going there, but you have a lot of fun, and it's just great to play to an audience that passionate.
Yeah, you certainly have a very big and, like you said, passionate fan base in those countries.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure. I mean, I actually formed my own record company in Buenos Aires with some friends of mine to release my solo album, and we released a couple of the Marillion back catalogue albums. So yeah, I think it's very hard to sell music this day and age. Everybody listens to things either streaming services or on YouTube. There's still a few people that like to own physical products, so I think it's important that people can buy the record.
Right. Yeah, I'm very sure you have seen a lot of big differences in the record industry compared to when you started out and nowadays.
Well, yeah, I mean, just the amount of albums we were in the charts with this new album all over Europe, number 4 in the UK. And if it had come out a couple of weeks before, it would have been number 2 in the charts. And I think music is selling maybe a quarter or less than you would have sold 15 years ago to get it that place in the charts. So you can't help but feel that on the whole the music industry is contracting and probably dying. You have the mega bands or the mega artists, but then lower down the food chain, anyone else is kind of struggling, I think, to earn enough income to survive as a musician. That's a pretty sad state of affairs. I mean, sometimes it's not about getting rich; it's just being able to live and have some sort of decent sort of lifestyle. And I think that is becoming increasingly difficult.
Right. Yeah, but we are fortunate to have you guys.
Yeah.
Play and put out new music.
I think
remarkable in this day and age.
It is really. I mean, for us, the album pre-orders, the crowdfunding, and the Marillion weekends, those two things represent probably 70% of what we earn, the money we generate to keep the band going and to run our organisation and pay all the people that work for us. So without those and without the internet, we'd be stuffed.
Right. Yeah. Now, you mentioned your solo records and solo band. How does that compare to working with Marillion, where it sounds like everything evolves from jams, whereas in your solo projects, you have more.
Yeah, it's a different thing. I mean, they're all great guys, they're all good friends of mine and my solo band, and it's like going on holiday with your mates and you play some music. Mm-hmm. That's cool. It's not like work. Marillion, I mean, I love it, but there's a certain pressure there because of the level that we're at. With my solo band, it's smaller venues. We go out, we play, the first half of the set is the instrumental tracks from my solo album, The Ghost of Pripyat. And then the second half, a friend of mine, Martin Jakubski, who sings in a Marillion tribute band, comes on. And we do a lot of the old Fish era songs that we never play anymore. Things like Fugazi and Incubus and Chelsea Monday. So it's kind of like a celebration of Marillion's early history, if you like, and a lot of the stuff that I don't get to play anymore. So and Cinderella Search, songs like that. So it's great fun.
Yeah, well, and winners, the fans.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's a chance I keep on getting asked if I can come across with my solo band to North America, and I'm hoping maybe at some point, maybe at the end of next year, it might be possible. The problem is that it's so expensive. The only way I could do it is if I did like a crowdfunding campaign. And even then it would probably only be a handful of shows, but it would be fun to do. I'd love to bring them over. We did the Cruise to the Edge, not the last, was it the last one we did? No, the previous one. So yeah, that was great fun.
Yeah, how was that experience with the Cruise? It sounds like, it's becoming a way of exposing fans to different types of music.
It was fun. I mean, when we were playing with my solo band, we were upstairs at the front of the ship with the glass windows all around, and we were sailing through storms, so there was like the thunder and the lightning happening. And one of the songs is called "The Old Man of the Sea." So as we were playing this song, we had nature's own light show behind us, But that's okay, because it's a bit strange, because the boat's doing that as you try to play, and it's it's a little bit of a thing to get accustomed to. But it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds like you're living the dream.
Pretty much, that's what my life's like.
That's
really,
right.
living the dream. You know, sometimes it's difficult being away from your family. Can be difficult. There's times when it can be quite strange existence, quite a lonely existence. But I mean, the upside is you get to play great music to great people and travel the world and have a bloody good time.
Yes. So again, you know, you have been at this, you know, for a long time. You have been playing guitar for a long time. You have achieved legendary status, and yes, you have.
Oh well, thank you.
And you know, you have a style and sound that's easily identifiable.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like when David Gilmour plays. You know, it's him.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the same thing going. Who are some of your influences? You know, early on, and also who are some of your favorite artists in the present day?
Yeah, I mean, Dave Gilmour's a huge influence, as was Steve Hackett and Andy Latimer from Cameron. And then, you know, loads of different players, from Jeff Beck to Alan Holdsworth, to Eddie Van Halen, to Jimi Hendrix, to Santana, to Jimmy Page, to Larry Carlton, to the guitar playing of Joni Mitchell. Yeah, loads and loads of different players. These days I tend to listen more to songwriters. That's kind of more what I enjoy. You know, my whole approach, I suppose, I grew up listening to the Beatles, and so, you know, how George Harrison would play just the right part in those Beatles songs to make it all come together. And that's kind of my philosophy as well. You know, it's not about ego, it's not about showing off your latest chops. It's played just what the song needs. We're trying to create something magical. For me, the guitar is such an emotional instrument, but that is the important aspect about it. Not the Olympic shred technique, which I can't do. Because I never wanted to, I suppose, really, if truth be told.
Yeah, and so for our tech heads, what equipment will you be using today?
My guitars, it's a Blade, an old Blade RH4 Stratocaster with 2 singles and a humbucker with a mid-boost that I use quite a lot. It's a Squier Strat, one of the Japanese Squiers from the early 80s, with a Kahler locking tremolo, EMG SA pickups. Those are the 2 main guitars, I think, for this set. An Auden acoustic 6-string, Takamine 12-string, JC120 for the older stuff, with selection of pedals, TC2290s in the 2 racks, one of which is with a JC with an analog man DS1, like a chorus, very sort of other modules, Rockman modules into a quad verb. The other side, the valve side, is a Groove Tubes Trio preamp into a 2290, various things like using Rotosphere, Roger Lynn Adrenaline, then goes into a reverb, TC reverb, and then into the Dual 75, the Groove Tubes Dual 75 power amp, and it goes to like a Marshall 4x12 with Celestion 30s in. So that's kind of like, yeah, for live setup, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Sounds like there's something for everything.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've done 18 albums, and my guitar sound has changed over the years, so I have to be able to cover all those different aspects. So it does, you know. And also, I carry spares for everything, in case something blows up, which it occasionally does, not very often, but it's good to have a spare just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I know this is a crazy day.
It is going to be a crazy day.
Yeah, and I know you're going into sound check, so I'd like to thank you again for taking the time to talking to us. Would you like to give a message to your Prog-Nation fans?
Well, what I say is try and check out the new album. I think it's on Spotify and Apple Music probably by now, or yeah, try and get a copy. It's a really good record, and yeah, hope some of you have managed to come to some of these dates from this tour, because it's going to be pretty special.